Hi, welcome to Live with Prima. My name is Bona and I will be creating a faith plaque here today. Thank you so much everyone for joining us here today with Prima. So this is what I'm going to be creating. It's part of Jamie's new Creating in Faith line. It's a really gorgeous collection. This is a plaque that you can hang on your wall. It's a really nice home decor. I made this especially for my mom because she has this section in her room where she has all her saints, and so I thought this would make a nice addition to her wall. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to be using this really neat plaque here, and there's actually several videos from several ladies that use this plaque. It's really beautiful, and it's the vintage wall decor base, and the number is 583057, and it has a nice distressed look to it, and it has this really nice thick jute rope that hangs on the back. You can also use this side if you want to create like a shadow box while hanging, so you could use either side, which is really nice. And it's perfect to, for a home decor piece. Okay, so what I did to mine first was I used one of the new dies from Prima, which I'm really excited about because I love, you guys all know I love dies. And this is one of the new dies. It's called Rose Wall. Let me take it out of the package here, and it's gorgeous. And this is item number 584962. And let me see here. I just added these magnetic strips to hold the die. But this is the die right here. It's this really nice big piece. You can see here, it's one of like a thinlit die. And I'm going to cut that today here. And I use this paper pad, which is the A4 pad, which is a Royal Menagerie. And that item number is 847449. And I'm just going to use this one piece here. So I use this paper right here from the pad. Okay, so let's cut this. So I'm just going to cut this piece here. I'll save this piece. And then I'm just going to use my Cuttlebug. I use my Cuttlebug a lot because it's small and, compact. So I'm just going to use my Cuttlebug here. So if you have the Cuttlebug, this is the older version. I know they have a newer version, but I've had this like forever. You're going to need your C plate or your A plate, which is this huge plate here. Then I use a shim. When I use the thin dies, sometimes I will use one shim or I'll use two shims. And then you'll need your C plate, which you can see it's very low, my C plate. And then you'll need one B plate, okay? So I'm just going to place the, well, actually, let me turn this a little bit more. I'm going to place the paper right on top here. And then I'm going to place the die like so, face down. And then I'm going to place the B plate right on top. Okay, so let me just cut this. And don't worry about the cracking sound, that's normal. That just basically means it's cutting. Okay, so I'm going to take this, put this to the side here. So you can see how nice these dies cut. Okay, so there you go. I'm just going to kind of use my nails to pop this out. I have that tool from Sizzix, which actually is this tool right here for those intricate dies, which comes, you know, in handy, but I'm just going to use my nails. So I'm going to just pull this out. You can see. So actually, let me just use this tool. I'm supposed to use that foam it comes with. Hold on, let me get that. It comes with this other piece, which is like a foam, which is this piece right here. And you're supposed to just place the die over it, I guess. And just kind of brush it like that. And then the pieces just all fall out. Do that. It's a really delicate die cut. So when you're just going back and forth, just do it lightly. The pieces should all fall out. Sometimes you'll need 2 shims, which I should have probably used 2 shims. I'll just use the rest of it with my nails. But isn't it so pretty? They came out with a lot of new dies. And I'm going to use 2 of them actually. This is just one that I'm using. Just pop out all these pieces. Yeah, this is really beautiful. Sorry, there's just a lot of pieces I have to take out. But this tool does come in handy. Oops. Yeah, I probably should have used 2 shims. Now, if you have a cuddle bug, I would probably recommend 2 shims. Okay, sorry, it's taking longer than I expected. Just pull this. Oh gosh. Sorry, it's not coming out. Yeah, it's really pretty. It's a really pretty die. It's very detailed, which is nice. Can we just take this piece out here? Sorry, there's a lot of pieces in this die. I was going to pre-cut it, but I thought I'd do it on the show so you guys could see. But my fault for not using 2 shims. But it does cut really nicely. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to spend too much time taking this stuff out. Okay, well you can see how pretty it is. This will get covered anyway, so, but it's really, really beautiful. So let me just put this to the side here. So let me move that out of the way. Just clean this up a little bit. Okay, so let's get the wall hanging plaque here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the soft matte gel, and this is item number 961428, and I'm going to use the Finnabair brush, oops, Finnabair brush number Oh no, this is a 3/4 inch brush. And the brush set is 962760. There's 7 pieces in this brush set. So I'm just going to place a little of this. Okay. Let me just spread some of this on the plaque. So I'm just going to do like 1 or maybe 2 coats of this. I'm just going to place the die cut right on top. So I just put it in the center, like so. And then I'm just going to go over it again. So just place another coat. And it applies really nicely. I believe this is the largest brush from the set. Or maybe no, I think there's a 1-inch brush, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just covering the die cut with the soft gel here. Till it's completely glued down. It's really pretty. Everyone doing okay? Yeah, I love these brushes. These brushes are amazing. And Finnebear came out with more brushes too, which I'm excited about. I believe Frank did a video on Prima's YouTube channel showing the brushes. Okay, so there we go. So I covered the die cut completely here. Now what I'm going to use next is, this is my new favorite. I have lots of favorites with Prima, but I'm in love with the Art Sugar. And it comes in different colors. This color is white, and this is item number 961800. And it looks just like sugar. So let me see if I could get a closer. You guys can see that. It's kind of bright, but it looks just like sugar. It's really, really pretty. So what I do is I just take like this palette tool here, and while the gel is still wet, I just tap a little on here and I just sprinkle it. And it's so pretty. So you can see I'm just picking up a little, and I'm just kind of tapping it throughout the plaque here. And it really looks like sugar. It's really neat. So I'm just going over the die cut. It's really, really pretty. And there's a lot of different colors that you can choose from. This one is, again, this is white. Let me see if I can get it up close. And a little goes a long way with this. It's so beautiful. Let's see. You could see the shimmer. You guys could see that shimmer. See that? It's really pretty. Yeah, I use the soft matte gel. This one, the transparent flexible matte medium, is what I used. Yeah, so that's what I put. So that's what I covered on there. So now while this is drying, I'm going to set this kind of to the side here. I'm going to start coloring the stamp here. And again, this is part of Jamie's Creating in Faith collection. This is Eve. Really, really pretty. And this is item number 980672. This the name of the stamp. Oh, I already stamped her. So I pre-stamped her on some white cardstock, and I used black memento ink. And we are going to color with Julie Netting's Prima palette set. And what's neat is she has so many different colors in these sets. And I used 3 different kinds. I used Dolled Up, and you get 3, and it also comes with 3 brush tips, which is really nice. So if you have to replace the brush tips, there's 3 extra brush tips in these sets. And I loved how they separated the colors, so you don't have to guess which colors will go with which. So this one is specifically for the cheeks and the lips, and this is item number 576523. And these are alcohol-based, non-toxic permanent ink. You can use these on multi-surfaces. You can use it on paper, vellum, acetate, glass, wood, metal, and plastic. And then also there's a separate color blender to create a variety of different shading effects. And it's a dual-tipped marker. So I use that color. I also use the light skin. And this is item number 576462. And I loved, again, how Julie designed where you don't have to think about when you're blending the skin color. She already did all that for you. And then she also did it for the hair. So this is Brunette. And this is item number 576448 is the color. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and color her skin first. And you can see again it comes with 3 different colors. There's a light, medium, and dark color. And a lot of people go light to dark. Some people go dark to light. I usually like to go light to dark. I guess it just kind of depends what I'm coloring. So I'm going to start the light one, which is Barely Beige, and that's A83 is the number. So you can see there's 2 different tips. There's this tip right here. You guys can see that tip. So it's like the fine tip. And then you get like a brush tip here. See that tip? Okay, so I'm going to use the fine tip side. So I'm just going to go ahead and color the skin. So it blends really nice. So you're just going to color in the skin there. Okay, and then I just want to give a little bit shading, so I'm just going to take A83, which is a fruit pink color. And you can also use this fruit pink for the cheeks if you want, which actually I'm just going to use it on the edge here. Just giving some shading to her skin here. So I'm just going on the edges here. Okay. And then I'm just going to color, I'm going to use the Skin White, which is A82. And then I'm just going to kind of blend those in. So I'm just going to flick it. Like so. And I tend to turn my paper when I color. And then sometimes I just go back. You know, you just kind of work with the colors and you just kind of blend. Just really nice. I'm just working on the edges here. I'm just going to take this color, which is the, no, I wanted, actually this one, the barely beige. I'm just going to go over it again. Okay, let's see if we can get it close up here. Let's see that. Her skin blends really nice. Okay, so now I'm going to take the dolled up and kind of give her some lipstick. So I'm going to use, out of these three colors, I'm going to use the, let's see here, the Carmine Red, which is A03. I'm just going to make some lipstick here. So I'm just going to fill in her lips. Really tiny lips. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use for that. And maybe I'm going to use this for her eyeshadow. This is Peach Red A01 from the same set. I'm just going to make a little line here. She has eyeshadow. I can see this. It's really red lips. It's really pretty. Okay. So now I'm going to color her hair. I'm not coloring in the flowers only because the flowers do get covered with the other flowers. So I'm just going to color her hair, and I'm going to use the Rose Beige, which is A85, and I'm just going to color it in. So you can see here, I'm just coloring the whole entire hair. And these color really nicely. So I'm just going to color it really quickly here. So you can see how I'm coloring it, you know, I'm just coloring it kind of like how I use my watercolor pencils. Really easy to use. And I'll show you once I'm done coloring it. And you can see I'm not coloring it all perfect or doing a certain technique. I'm just basically coloring it. And that's what's nice about these markers. It's okay if I go over the edge because I'm going to actually cover it. I mean, I'm going to cut it actually. So it's okay if you go over the edge. I'm just coloring in her hair. She has really super long hair. It's really pretty. Everyone doing all right? Yeah, you know what's nice about this, you don't have to really worry about, you know, blending or shading so much because it just colors really nicely. Okay, so that's, I think I got all the hair. Let's see if I can show it to you guys. And I'm going to blend it with the other color too. But you can see how quickly I colored that. So I'm just going to add a little of this darker color, which is A91, which is sienna. So I just kind of follow the lines here. Just do some highlights to the hair. And then you can go back and blend the other color back. So I'm just kind of following the edge here. And again, don't worry about going over the line. So I'm going to cut that out. So I'm just highlighting some parts of her hair. Her hair is really long. Okay, and then I'm just going to take back this color again, which is the rose beige, which is A85, and I'm just going to flick it. I'm going to go over it again. And it'll just all blend. And I'll show you once I'm done here. So you can see how I'm coloring it. Just following the lines here. So I'm just blending the two colors together. Don't worry if I'm going over the lines. I know it looks funny, but again, I'm gonna cut it out. I'm just blending. So all I'm doing is I'm just blending the two colors. Okay, let me show you. Can I see that? It's focusing. So the colors just blend together. It's really nice. So now I'm just going to cut it out. So let me just cut this out real quick. So I'm going to cut out the apple because the apple is not actually showing. So I'm just going to cut. But you can see how I use the alcohol markers and how I color that in. So if you're worried about, shading and blending, it's really easy to use these markers, which I love. I'm not cutting this flower too perfect because, again, it's going to get covered. I'm just fussy cutting her out. And there's a lot of different colors of these markers. There's a set for blonde hair, for black hair, for red hair. You can see the one I use is the Brunette hair. I really love it. Just going to cut this out. Fussy cutting is not usually the funnest thing to watch. So I will try to cut it as quick as I can here. Oops, was I out of frame that whole time? Sorry. Sometimes I get in a zone when I'm cutting. Okay, so there we have it. Okay, you can see, there she is. She's really, really pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to add her. This should be dried by now. Let me just move all this out of the way so I don't have too much going on this space here. So I think, yeah, it's dried. Okay, so I just put some pop dots underneath her to give some dimension to her. I'm just using these pop dots that I have. And I'm just going to add, oops, like 3 of them. So I'm add 3. Just peel this out. I also add some adhesive to the back of it because I found within time, no matter what brand of pop dots that I use, they tend to somehow fall out. I don't know if that's happened to you guys, but I've noticed it with my projects many years ago. So I've always added adhesive, which this is just some Fabri-Tac beacon glue, but I just add a little extra to it to keep it from coming off. And I just buy this at my local Michael's craft store. So I'm going to place her right here, kind of in the center. Let's see, it's kind of referencing off my other one there. Okay, so I just kind of, see here, put her in the center. And now I'm going to add all the flowers. Let me just see what I did here. Let me just put this over here. Okay, now we're going to use another new dye, which I'm excited to show you guys. Oh wait, actually, let me cut, yeah, let me use the dye first. So let's set that aside. So this is another new dye from Prima. And again, they came out with a lot of new dyes. This one is called Forest Leaves. And you get 6 different leaves. And it's so, so pretty. And this is item number 584092. This number. You can see these other ones that Prima has. So let me take those out. I used 2 of them, which, let's see here. I use this one right here. And then I use this one right here. Okay, so let's cut those out. So let me get my little cutting plates here. And I'm going to use my Cuttle Bug again. So I'm going to take that out. And this time I'm going to put another, I'm not going to put a shim, but I can't find my other shim. So I'm actually going to use a piece of cardstock. So you can use cardstock as a shim if you don't have these shims. So I'm just cutting a piece of cardstock. And it acts as a shim. So you can see I'm just putting another piece of cardstock. And then I'm putting my C plate. Okay. And then I'm going to get another piece of design paper from the Royal Menagerie set, paper pad. And I use this paper right here. It's this green one right here. And all I do is I just take the spots where there's no print or anything. But you can use the print, so we'll just do that. So I made 2 sets of each. So I'm going to, actually I'm going to do it this way this time. I'm going to put the die first. So you can see the first time I put the paper first, then the die face down. This time I'm going to put the die face up, and then I'm going to put the paper on top. So there's two different ways you could cut it. Now I'm going to take my B plate, place that on top, and I'm going to cut. Size just a cuddle bug. No, you can use these dies on any of your die cutting machine. I just use my cuddle bug because it's you know, it's smaller from my other die cutting machines, and it's, you know, I always have it next to me. That's why I use my cuddle bug. But these dies will work on your big shot if you have a big shot. I have also use it on my I think it's Spellbinders Grand Caliber, and then I also have quite a few die cutting machines, but because again the cuddle bug's convenient. So I'm just going to poke this out. Actually, hold on. Oh, here, I'm going to use this tool. Hold on, sorry, I only have so much space here. Oops, that wasn't good. I'm just going to move this out of the way. So I'm just going to use this tool again, okay? Okay, you can see all the little pieces came out. The other way I did it with the other die, I took actually the die cut out. I think it's good to leave the die on. You just poke this real quick. I'm just using this poking pick I have. And I'll show you how pretty this leaf is. Look how beautiful that is. It's so intricate. Really, really beautiful. Let's do the other one. And I cut a set of 2 for both of them. That's the other leaf. Very pretty. Yeah, I also use my metal plate. There's a thin metal plate that you could use for the intricate dies, but I don't know where I put it. So let's make another one. Same sandwich. Put the dies faced up. And then I'm just going to put my paper over, like so. And then we'll cut again. So these dies will work with any of your die cutting machines. Kind of just have to, based on your die cutting machine, what kind of sandwich you need to use for the wafer thin dies. So let me put this away since I'm done with this, and it does tend to take a lot of space. Okay, so this is the fun part. So just do that. See all the little pieces coming out. It's really cool. And just poke this at the edge. And we'll peel this out. This is where my nails come in handy. Okay, there it is again. So, so pretty. It's very delicate, which I like. Let's put this one out. The other one. Actually, it's really pretty with the fonts on there. Okay. It's so fragile looking. I love it. Okay. So that's the die for that. So let's add it to the plaque here. Okay. So actually, see here. I'll wait for this. So let me take this flower right here. I use a couple of flowers. I used this flower right here from this set, which is the pink one, but I'm going to use it from the blue set. So the pink one was item 581893, but I'm going to use it from the blue one, which is 581909. So I'm just using the leaves on this one. I'm not going to actually use the center flower, so I'm going to kind of take that one out. So I'm just going to untwist this here. It's on a little twisty here. So these come apart. I'm going to save this flower for something else. Okay, so I'm just using these two pieces right here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of fix the leaves a little bit. Okay, and just place it like so. Same with this one. I just bend it a little bit here. And then I'm going to place it like that. Okay, so I just use the Fabri-Tac glue for this. So I just glue the back of the stems right here. I just add adhesive to the back of that. So I just add adhesive. And then I'm just going to glue right here. So this flower is actually going to cover the flower on her hair that I didn't color. So let's place that there. And then I'm going to add glue to the back of this. So I'm just adding glue to the back of the stems. And then I'm just going to place it like this. So I'm kind of putting him in the same position that it originally was. Like that. Okay, so let's see what I did here. Okay, thank you so much. Now I'm going to take this flower from this pack. This is from the Fairy Rhymes by Jody Lee. Really pretty flowers. I use this one down here. Sorry for the glare. This is item number 565329. And I'm just going to use the bottom one here. And then that's going to be the one I have right here in the center. So I usually just kind of crunch up the leaves here, or the petals, to give it a little bit more dimension. That's what I usually do with my flowers. So I just kind of lift them up like that. And I'm going to add some adhesive to the back. And I'm going to place it right here. Like so. So I'm putting it in the center. Okay. And then I'm going to add the leaves that I die cut. So what I did was I put one of each together like this. I've mentioned in my other shows that I just kind of do it in the shape of a V. So I just glue it together like that. So I'm just add some glue at the bottom of the petal here. And then I'm just going to place this one right on top, like so. And I just kind of squeeze it in like that to give it more of a shape, to make it look more realistic, relief. And just add a little bit more to the back, because I'm going to glue this onto the plaque. And then I'm going to tuck it in underneath here, like so. Okay, I'm going to do the same with the other two. So I'm going to just give it a squeeze. Oops, other way. Okay, let me glue this together. I'm going to add a little to the back. And then I'm going to tuck it over here. So right underneath here. Let's see. Okay. Let's see that. You see that? Okay, now I'm going to add these other flowers, which are so beautiful. These are called Calcutta Dogwood Bright White. Item number 539559. And it's really beautiful because it's a cloth, it's a fabric material on these flowers. I'm going to take two of the smaller ones, or let's see here, yeah, two of the smaller ones. Let me see if I could give you guys a closer look. These really pretty. Okay, and I'm going to add one back here, so just add some adhesive. So I'm going to tuck it underneath here. So just layering. And then the other one I'm going to tuck right here. So you can see I didn't color the flowers, and this flower actually is what's going to cover the flowers that was on the image. I'm just going to tuck that underneath here, like so. Okay. Scoot it. You see that? Okay. Yeah, these are older flowers, but they're so pretty. I like them. I like the dogwood flowers. I think they're really beautiful. So now I'm going to cut. I added a little clock, and it was from this paper pad. There was one of the sheets that had these clocks right here, and I just cut like half of it and just tucked it into the flowers. So I'm going to cut it out so I can show you what I did here. And just cut this piece out. And all I did was I cut the clock in half. And then I'm just going to fussy cut the clock here. So you can take some of the images from the design paper to add to your project. Because it's really nice, especially because it all coordinates with each other. And then I just distress it with my favorite vintage photo distress ink. And then I just add some glue. And then I just tuck it in under here. So just lift this up a little bit. So it's kind of peeking out. I'll show you. See how it's just kind of peeking out here? Just add that clock there. And now I'm going to add the sentiment, and it's from this stamp set, Phrases. And you can see you get a variety of different sentiments. And this is item number 980702. And I used the one that said, "Let faith be bigger than your fears." I thought that was really nice. And I just stamped it on, again, the same paper pad. You can see I just stamped it on there. And I just created my own banner. So I just cut the piece, like so. And I leave a little space from the sentiment to create my fishtail. So leave about maybe like a half an inch. And then just cut the bottom. And then leave a half inch on the other side. And then all I do is just cut the center. So I snip the center, and then I just cut to create the fishtail. You can see how it created a fishtail. And then do the same to the other side. Snip the center, and then just cut. Okay, so you created your own little banner. And then I just distress it again with a vintage photo. And what I do is I just kind of do this. I bend the edges up, kind of using my fingers to bend the center, and then I just fold this up. You can see. So it kind of shapes out my banner here. And then I just add glue to the edges of this banner here. So I'm just going to add a little adhesive. And then I'm going to add it to the bottom right here. So there we go. So as you can see, I just add it to the bottom there. And I also added a flower on top. So I took the bigger one. Let me take the bigger one here. Let's see, did I use the bigger one? Oh, I used this size. Oh, I used this size. Maybe the medium size one. There's a small, medium, and large in this pack. So I used the medium size one, and I added it to the top right here. But before I do that, I add this really new metal embellishment. This is really gorgeous. And this is item number 583576. And you get two different sizes. You see there's a larger pendant on the bottom, and then there's a smaller one. And it has a clasp up here that you could hook to anything. So you can make keychains. You can add these to your journal books. Lots of fun ideas. So I'm going to use the larger one. And let me just remove it here. So you get two of each. So there's a total of 4. And all I did was I just clasp it onto the rope. So let me just grab a little piece of the rope here. Make sure it got it in there good, so it won't come off. This is challenging with these nails. Okay, let's try that again. So I'm going to get like a good piece of the rope here. Okay, my nails are not cooperating. Okay, there we go. So you can see, I just, make sure that's in the center. See how I just add it to the rope? Actually, let me just turn it the other way. You can see that. So it's just dangling on the rope here. You can see that. And then I just add the flower, or the dogwood flower, right on top. So when my mom hangs it, she will see the flower and the beautiful crystal pendant. So let me just get some glue, add to the back here. And I'm just going to glue it right on top of the jute rope. just like that. And just let it dry. And then you can see how it dangles like right underneath. Where the petals, where there's like a little opening on the petal, is where I have it sit right on top of this so you can see it. Okay. So give you guys a better idea. See how it's going to hang? It's really pretty. And then just last, real quick, I'm just going to add some of that sugar on these little flowers, which I forgot to do. So I added some of the sugar on these little flowers right here. So let me just add a little bit. And then we're pretty much done. And then I'm going to use a smaller brush from the brush set by Finnabair. And this is number 2. See, it's a smaller tip of the brush. And I'm just going to use again the soft matte gel. So I'm just going to dip it and just kind of paint it on the petals like that. Just adding a little bit to each of the petals. So I do it to both. And I'm going to sprinkle some of that sugar on top. Just add a little bit more here. All right, so let me get my sugar. And again, this is item number 961800. It's in white. And I'm just going to take my little palette thing here and just cover that. I'm just going to scoop a little bit. And I'm just going to tap it on here. Scoop a little bit more here. Just adding sugar to the flower petals. There you go. All right. There's my project for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. As I always enjoy creating for you. So there's the project. There you have it. Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate it. There's the other one. So I can't wait to hang this on my wall. I'm going to add this one to my bedroom, and then this one I'm going to give to my mom. So thank you so much again, everyone, for joining me here live with Prima. Again, my name is Bona, and I appreciate you guys so much for watching. And you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.